Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. We're moving. We're getting our new studio set up. We got the better microphone in here now, but we're dialing it in slowly. When you have a move, there's a lot of business to take care of. So we will get this figured out. But thank you for watching our show. As you can see, we're coming up on 2 years of being demonetized by YouTube. 2 years. 2 years. Yet we're still going, thanks to you, because this is the People's Channel. Smartest, best audience in the world right here. You stayed with me. You didn't get crazy over, oh, Graham said something I didn't agree with, and go nuts. You stayed with it. And we're keeping you informed, especially now when the crypto markets are down because of FTX. And I want to talk about this because we are coming up on a huge economic collapse. We are already in a recession, despite the government wants to say, oh, it's not a recession. It's just kind of like a recession. It's like a recession, but not one, or whatever they're saying, whatever double talking nonsense. So, and we've talked about the Sam Bankman-Fried, and I said we're going to keep going into this because what it's going to show, I think more corruption is going to be revealed. So now there's this. He's allowed to keep $450 million in Robinhood stock to help pay for legal fees. Boy, that $30 million in investments and supporting the Democrats sure does pay off. See what you get? You spend $30 million with the Democrats, you $30 million in campaign contributions. Isn't that great? You get $450 million in stock. That should be going to the people you cheated, but oh, legal fees. Oh, great. Good. Let's make sure his lawyers are taken care of. Not the people who've lost their investments, regular people, husbands, wives, mom, pop, just regular working class people like you and me who, oh, we thought we were going to put a couple grand into the FTX or something like that. Nope, up, gone. Sorry. So here we go. This is in Yahoo Finance, right? It was in Fortune magazine and then Yahoo redoes it. So I just wanted to show you that this is very mainstreamy, and you'll see they're gonna just either there'll be certain wording in this article that'll be sort of like vague or not, they'll leave stuff out. This is what they do. Sam Bankman-Fried's lawyers just filed a claim to keep his $450 million in Robinhood shares, arguing he needs them for legal fees. Well, make sure you protect yours, fellas. Look at that. Look at that lawyer. Boy, he's got to make sure he gets paid. Oh, Thursday night. This is January 6th or Friday. They did it Thursday night, the 5th. So January the 6th. Filed an objection in the bankruptcy proceedings of his crypto exchange, FTX, to retain 56 million shares of Robinhood, currently valued at $450 million. Oh, you might have lost your retirement. You might have lost money that was going to be for your business. You had some savings and you went, I'm going to invest in FTX because, oh, they're spending all this money on celebrity endorsements. And I'm sure they're managing their money correctly. We were all lied to because they cheated. We know Alameda. I've showed you how they've basically took investor money from Alameda and gambled it. But $450 million in Robinhood stock he gets to keep to pay legal fees, not to pay anyone back. So I bought a little bit of Bitcoin on BlockFi, and I've been a big advocate for the last 2.5 years since I've been talking crypto. If you buy it on an exchange, you have to buy it on an exchange. Buy Bitcoin and then immediately move it to a cold wallet. And I did that like less than a week before the FTX scam came, and I forgot about it. I left it on there too long and it's stuck there. Now they're like, oh, we're in bankruptcy. So I might lose. I don't know. But as long as Bankman-Fried's lawyers are getting theirs, oh, thank God. The shares of Robinhood have become a major point of contention in the Delaware bankruptcy court case. Boy, you think? Liquidate that shit. Well, Bankman-Fried owned that equity. He borrowed hundreds of millions of dollars from FTX affiliated trading firm Alameda Research to purchase it through a separate entity called Emergent Fidelity Technology, of which he owns 90%, along with FTX co-founder Gary Wang. Another corrupt dude. I did a show where we talked about how many people around FTX super corrupt. Democratic insiders. Like we've talked a lot about this. And this is in no way saying, oh, Republicans aren't corrupt. They're just not involved in this corruption. But make no mistake, he gave $30 million to Democratic candidates. That buys you a little leeway. So again, he borrowed hundreds of millions of dollars from FTX affiliated trading firm Alameda Research to purchase the Robinhood stock through a separate entity called Emergent Fidelity Technology, of which he owns 90%. So everything was a scam. So any of these Gary Wang people are going to try to, boy, we didn't know it was going to happen. Oh, right. That's like in that Netflix doc about Epstein, where the Clintons were like, we didn't know. We didn't know about Harvey Weinstein either. How could you know? Different parties have tried to seize the Robinhood shares, including the FTX bankruptcy estate and the crypto lender BlockFi. Go get that shit, BlockFi, so I can get my Bitcoin back. Bankman-Fried's Emergent had pledged the stock as collateral for more than $600 million in loans that BlockFi provided Alameda ahead of its bankruptcy. The U.S. Department of Justice is also staking the claim. On January 4th, U.S. Attorney Sam Shapiro told the judge overseeing the FTX bankruptcy that prosecutors are in the process of seizing the shares. In Thursday's objection, Bankman-Fried's lawyers argued that the corporation in control of the Robinhood equity is not a party to the bankruptcy proceedings. Well, you can't blame the lawyers, right? You can't blame them because they're sitting there going, how's this guy going to pay us? What I'd like to see, BlockFi gets this money. I get my Bitcoin back, and anybody else who's hung up on BlockFi, we all get made whole because we did nothing wrong. His lawyers split because they're not going to get paid, and Bankman-Fried has to get like a public defender who secretly was an FTX investor and is really pissed off, and they'll submarine his case. That's just my wish list. I know we just had Christmas, but that's what I'm wishing for. Oh God, these guys are such parasites. All right, let's go back to it now. Emergent had acquired the shares in a separate filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Oh God, you guys, they knew what they were doing. Don't give me this, like, we didn't, they're separate. The Department of Justice charged Bankman-Fried with 8 counts of federal fraud in December related to the collapse of FTX in Alameda. He pled not guilty. Oh God, the balls on this kid. Oh, go to prison the rest of your little stupid rat-faced life. In their objection, Bankman-Fried's lawyers wrote that the only way for FTX debtors to obtain these shares would be by advancing a fraudulent transfer claim, or that the shares were transferred from Alameda to Emergent under suspicious circumstances. Yes. What? What did you? Yes, everything is suspicious. This whole thing is suspicious. They'd have to somehow prove that this was suspicious circumstances. Everything involving Bankman-Fried and everybody over there is suspicious. Lock them all up. There's your evidence. Unreal. God, they got balls. Jockeying for the hundreds of millions of dollars worth of shares will continue, especially as the value of other holdings, such as FTX proprietary FTT token, have evaporated. Yeah, nobody wants that token anymore. Bankman-Fried's lawyers argued that Robinhood shares to pay for his criminal defense. Bankman-Fried, whose worth was once valued at $26.5 billion, has stated that he only has $100,000 left in his bank account. Oh, how's he going to live on that? Citing case law, the lawyers wrote that financial inability to defend oneself has serious consequences. Yeah, you go to jail because you're a filthy criminal that cheated people out of like 20, 30 billion dollars worth of their money. Yeah, it's weird that when you're a filthy, corrupt criminal that's been corrupt from day one, that has corrupt parents, that has corrupt people working his business, a corrupt girlfriend who just cut her ties and she's making a deal with the Department of Justice right now, I would imagine. And you gave money to the filthy, corrupt Democratic Party. And the Republicans are filthy and corrupt, just not in this case. I want it very clear. Both parties are filthy and just corrupt. It's weird that SBF has consequences to his behavior. Oh man, it's so not fair. I love the way rich people talk. If he can't defend himself, he's going to have severe consequences. Yeah, bitch, he's going to jail. You punks ain't getting paid. That money goes to people like me and you and anybody that's gotten screwed over by these jackwagons. And he's going to rot in jail. And maybe him and Bernie Madoff can give each other prison tats. How about that? So that's what I think of that story. More shall be revealed, but it's again more tactics. And if he's allowed to do this, then we really got to look at who this judge is. We really got to look at who the judge in this case is. Remember how we looked at the judge in the Epstein case? We showed you who she was. We really got to see who this, if this is a Democratic appointed judge and he gets a slap on the wrist and is allowed to keep these shares that should go to people that lost their money, then we'll know that $300 million to the Democrats was worth it. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. That's how we make Gotham great again. And that's how you shave your knuckles for justice. Boom.